In this grammar podlet, we're going to look at some of the most common uses of the subjunctive in Spanish.
The subjunctive form is used to indicate desires, doubts, wishes, possibilities, and thoughts. It can be tricky to remember. After all, we very rarely use the subjunctive form in English. However, it's commonly used in Spanish, so it's important to learn.
Many different Spanish verbs will trigger the subjunctive, but just in case you're uncertain, let's look at some general rules.
First, verbs of wishing, including esperar, meaning to wish or to hope, trigger the subjunctive. For example, espero que vaya, meaning I hope that she goes, is using the subjunctive. Verbs of command and request also trigger the present subjunctive when you're influencing what somebody else does. Examples include querer, meaning to love or to want, impedir, meaning to impede or to prevent, and pedir, meaning to ask for. For example, you might say, le van a impedir que vaya, meaning they're going to stop him from going.
Verbs of emotion can also trigger the subjunctive form. In fact, the present subjunctive is used after verbs and other expressions of joy, sadness, anger, sorrow, fear, and more. You might say, me alegra que puedas visitarnos, meaning I'm happy you can visit us.
The subjunctive is also used after set expressions, such as ojalá, meaning if only. An example would be, ojalá te solucione el problema, meaning if only he can sort the problem out for you. It is also used after conjunctions of time, like cuando, when it refers to something that might take place in the future. A good example would be, por favor, llámame mañana cuando sea conveniente. Please phone me tomorrow when it's convenient.
The present subjunctive is also used to express purpose after para qué, as with estamos quitando los muebles para que haya más espacio, meaning we are taking the furniture out so that there is more space. It's also used for commands in the formal affirmative, the formal negative, and the informal negative. Examples include ponga la maleta en la mesa por favor. Put the case on the table, please. No se vaya usted, meaning don't go, and no hagas eso, por favor, meaning don't do that, please.
When you form the subjunctive, you remove the ending of regular verbs, that's ar, ir, or er, and you replace them with a subjunctive ending. Fortunately, er and ir verbs share the same set of subjunctive endings, so you'll only have to remember two different sets. Let's begin with the ar verbs.
If the subject is yo, the ending is e. If the subject is tú, the ending is es. If the subject is él, ella, or usted, the ending is e. If the subject is nosotros, the ending is hemos. If the subject is vosotros, the ending is es. And if the subject is ellos, ellas, or ustedes, the ending is en.
Now let's look at the er and ir verbs.
If the subject is yo, the ending is a. If the subject is tú, the ending is as. If the subject is él, ella, or usted, the ending is a. If the subject is nosotros, the ending is amos. If the subject is vosotros, the ending is ais. And if the subject is ellos, ellas, or ustedes, the ending is an.
We'll leave it there for now. Feel free to watch this pod again if you're still feeling uncertain. Buena suerte!